7. Okay. I just done a piece, right? And it's in the piece that I've just done. I've still got it on my camera. I'm going to delete it, I think. There's no point, right? I just wanted to start, right? I'm going to help you out, right, with a thought. Right, it's only a thought. Remember that. And about kind of what's happening in the world now. And one way of seeing it, which might make you think, right, a bit differently about what's happening, rather than the way you've been given, right? And kind of related to problems, okay? Because everybody's going to face, problems of one sort or another coming up. And if not now, right? Because a lot of people face problems right now, mostly financial ones, okay? There's lots of others, but let's not go there. What I'm going to do is try and help you out with a way of seeing. And it's like, you only have to look at the headlines, right, of any paper and the subjects coming up. And let's take this one, right? This is Britain flooding with refugees or whatever it is, that one. That one that keeps coming out and repeating and never stops. They're kind of counting the numbers of people coming into the country. Flooding, they say, flooding, okay? And the subject is in treatment because there's a lot of politics going on, right? There's politicians coming up and everything and all of that, okay? I'm not going to go into all of that because I want you to look at another way of seeing it, right? Which is going to maybe help you when the problem, because you're going to get a problem, you are, everybody's going to get a problem of one sort or another, and some of them might be quite large. So for those people who have or end up having large problems, there's another way of looking at things, right? Okay, I want you to think of a few things. Like, one is the computer, right? The other one is transport, so planes, right? And the other one is people, just people. 3 things, right? Computers, right? What do they do? What do they help us with? Everything we do. Okay, so, like, what's happening? People are intelligent, right? They know that certain things around the world ain't quite how they're, some people are intelligent. Okay, so how can you get around in this world without being noticed as being someone who's coming from like a refugee country, when the whole world's getting a bit richer, so lots of people can afford to move around. All the conventional things are still happening, but what's beginning to happen is this, right? People are waking up to the idea that they can create characters, and with a computer these days, it's so easy to do. It's like, if you have any imagination at all, you just create a character and you become someone else. And you can do a passport on your computer, on most computers on a print machine, easily these days. Or if you don't know how, you know someone who probably can, right? Everybody does, right? The message is going around. So, but one of the things that's happening, right, is people are finding that through characters and proof of numbers, identity. What's an identity? It's a number, right? If you've got a number and it matches up, it looks alright. You're not going to check every fucking one. And even if they do, you've already sorted that bit out because you were a different character, right? Easy from birth, so don't worry about it. It's like you've even found the birth certificate, right? It's easy. Anyone can do that. So look, any form these days can be copied. People are actually moving around in ways that you haven't, it doesn't come up in the papers, this type of stuff much. What you get is a particular way of looking at the problem. And what are they doing? All they're doing is giving it a spin, which is about they're the problem. They're giving it a spin, which is turning you into an enemy of them. Right? That's all it's doing, because they're crowding you out. That's the spin in the paper. Nothing else. It's the spin in the paper. Right? All of them. You got to ask why all of the papers are seeing it this way. Well, yeah, you have, actually. You got to ask why the papers all seeing it this way. And there's a quite obvious, simple solution to One of the things that's beginning to happen in the world now, and that is that borders no longer exist. It's so easy to just cross a border these days. Communication around the world has increased so much that anybody can do it, right? There are no such things as borders for a lot of people these days, you know. You've worked out a way, right? There's hundreds of ways, and it's increasing. And the only thing that this is gonna do is increase, right? Because people are waking up. You don't have to exist as the character that you were born with. You don't. It's like, but you do because it seems the right thing to do. If it's the right thing to do, why are they putting in the paper that it's like not that? Because it's probably true there is some of that too, to tell you the truth. But it's the only way and the only one they're looking at. When actually the one I've given you is just one example and there's many. So it's like what I might do, right? All I'm doing, right? All I'm doing is like um, I've had a problem in my past, right? You know, I'm actually in your world. I'm living homeless, and it's like you consider me a problem, right? Because I'm a freeloading, you know, layabout, right? Who kind of takes and does nothing. Okay. Well, I worked in a film all my life, you know, and you might argue that I'm actually, you know, doing something quite good actually because I know how to use the fucking stuff, and I'm gonna give back. You know, I'm gonna give back in helping people how to see things in a different way, and you will because this is the nature of the way the world is going. It is. It's just going forward that way. And for those who want to stay in that other place, you're gonna have wars. That's what you pay for. You pay for the wars that the papers give you so that it feeds the systems that you're in because they like making money out of wars. And, you know, some people making a lot of money out of wars, actually. Well, those days are coming to an end, you know. And the war that's going to win this time is the one on information. It's going to be so easy, right, that it's going to knock the pants off anything you've seen before. You know, the information gun is much more powerful than the gun, and you know it's like that. It's like every time you open your mouth, right? Every time you open your mouth, it's a potential bullet, and it's like because it puts together a reason, or looks at things in a way you've never thought of before, or you have, but you just haven't admitted to, and it makes you think, well, why? Why are they giving us this story? When why aren't they at least having the conversation in another area where, you know, why aren't they being a bit more imaginative about all the different ways of seeing it? Because, you know, I gave you one and there's lots. You know, it's 8 minutes now. I'm going to get up and go and I'm going to do a little walk because right. The other thing that, so now I'm going to go dick in this one now I've done that. It's just, that was just like, oh fuck. Just dropped Voodoo. I dropped me Voodoo. Anyway. I gotta do, hang on a minute. I'm coming back. Still there? Yeah. Okay. See, I've just done a dick thing. I'm going to carry that one. Anyway, this is my, right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to talk my way through this. But wait, I'm going to talk my way through. I'm throwing up my. I haven't got the right trousers on. I've been into town. I had to sign on. Right, I'm freeloading. You know that. I had a nice chat today. They're leaving me alone now. They're not hassling as much as they used to. I've got a guy named Gary, and he's a bit like the same guy who I met on Egham Station once. They all know me on the state because I freeload the trains. They all know me there. I met a guy from Crawley. He used to work down at BA. He was a union member in the days of Thatcher. I had a great chat with him. It was great because I reminded him of the mining up in Yorkshire and how they went into the, you know, the northern towns and just ripped the fucking towns to bits in the 80s. Right, I was up there then. I was living out that way then. I was kind of like saw it. Steel town they went into, and they, you know, in the days of Thatcher, and they said like, well, stopping these things, you got, and Tebbit said, get on your fucking bike, right? To a whole town, they just said, stop this industry, close it down, get on your fucking bikes. Well, what I'm saying, right, is really, you know, no matter the problem with the unions, and you might think they've had a problem with the unions, no matter the problem with the unions, what you don't do is go into a community and kick it on the teeth like that without letting it go through some kind of transition. Because what they could have done, for instance, right, which is quite simple, is, instead of a steel industry, why not, there's new types of energy coming in, pump the money into new types into this town that's got loads of people that are going to be out of work, right, so they don't have to move, right, they can stay where they are, and they're now working for an industry that's going to grow and make lots of money. Because it's a new industry, but did the government put money into that? No, but they're still thinking about it. They haven't quite done it yet, but this was the mid-80s. This is Kipling's seat, right? The one I showed you last week. I'll have a look at that video if you've seen it. Anyway, and I'm not saying it's Kipling's seat because obviously ain't been here as long as that, but it's certainly in a kind of interesting place. Right, I'm going over the hill now. Fact, what shall I do? I might take you on another route. Yeah, we'll take you on another route. It's kind of more interesting. And I'm going to do another. How can I do another? Okay, so I'm going to give you a little taster of another route, and you want to be back because it's so fantastic. And the sun isn't out, so I washed my hair today. I'm going to do lots of fashion that's coming up. Some that's going to be. I've seen them already, right on the street. You wouldn't fucking believe it. You really would not believe the street when summer hits. Well, you would, but you wouldn't either. I want to tell you about that now. It's very interesting. Anyway, look, we're in the woods, right? This is another route home. I sometimes take this route. I'm going to show you it for a second. I'm going up now. I won't net yet. It's not very pretty. There's lots of mud here. And you won't want to see mud, will you? Right, here we go. Up the hill a bit. I'm going to show you now. You like that? There's a squirrel, right? Now, squirrels, things. Right. I'm going to chase the squirrel, see if you can catch him. He would have seen me. He would have seen me, right? Because I wasn't slow enough. Now, the thing is, the squirrels and rats, and I've got a rat problem like you won't fucking believe. Right? I've got a rat problem. But it's been very wet, and rats going to grow. In fact, in London, there's like rats the same, twice the size they were. Or, if we're going jungly, which I think we are, and it's like, underfoot, it's like jungly, and above it's, tropical. Right? So, after the pole shift, we had a pole shift. Did you know about that? Right. Well, England, right, apparently used to be in the tropics, and we're now across the 25,000 year galactic equator, and I'm going to go now, but I'm in the woods, right? It was just a taster. You're going to come back sometime, and I'm going to do the woods for you proper. I'm going to go meet all the people in the village as well. See you later, bye.